Hi everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 3 with me, Sid, and haven't done much since last time. Done a little teeny little bit of excavating over this side of the compound, and I need to bring this thing down. I'll do that in a moment actually. I want to bring this wall back, another one, just for this area. We're going to continue and get this lumberyard built today, and I have brought a chest with some supplies. Hey, not all of the supplies we'll need, but some. So yeah, so the plan today, I wanted to get this wall out because, you know, there's no spiders could get through, but there's no wandering through for anything. Things could potentially spawn in here a little bit maybe, but at the end of the day, yeah, we'll live with that risk. But this wall, this whole section of wall here, its time has come to come down, and I'm doing this wrong again, aren't I? I'll get told off. Let's just 1, 2, okay. There's a verse 2. That is faster. I mean, it's marginally faster. I won't say it's super duper turbo speed faster, but it is faster. So yeah, I suppose we should consider sleeping as well before bad things happen. So yeah, we're going to be primarily building this episode, and while we're building, we're going to have a little chat about stuff and things and stuff. So yeah, lumber house, we're going to get that done. It is going to be a mix of build, going to be functional and decorative. There's only really two things it can be, isn't it? Functional or decorative, but it could be functional and decorative. Needless to say, it can't be. Oh, that's fast! Wow, soar for the win. So yeah, the house is going to be fairly straightforward. We're not doing anything overly complex. We're going to come back here. We're going to take all of this out. We've got that little, that probably needs to go, and then these need to come out as well. I will actually need to make another saw at some point as well. But yeah, now this probably sounds like talking about things a little bit late to the party to talk about things, really, because I'm recording this on the Monday night before the Sunday, so yeah, just under a week ahead. And I decided recently, it sounds like I made some huge momentous decision. Yeah, it was a huge momentous decision. I decided to have a go at Pokemon GO. Yeah, 47 years old, yada yada. What the hell do you want to play that for? But I thought, you know, we'll give it a try. Everybody's raving about this thing, you know, so I wanted to give it a bash. Have we got all of the? Have we got all of them now? Is there any more? Let me just wander around. And now, put it in context. I'm trying to think here. Well, let's just let me go and just grab a browser window briefly and go and have a look, and just have a look at Pokemon Red / Blue. Red Blue released 1996. So that would have been my first thing, the original Pokemon on the Game Boy. Damn it, I've just closed that down, didn't mean to. So I would have been 96, 25, 26, something that kind of kidney. Yeah, so you know, it's not like it's been around for years and years and I'm kind of going onto this, but I do remember. I remember the game, my Game Boy, with fondness, and I remember playing on the old Game Boy. That was you know, it was actually a wonderful little console when you think of it at the time. So, you know, it was that. And then obviously I got into Magic the Gathering. Later on down my gaming career, shall we say. And so that took on the collectible element. And this, I am going somewhere with this. Yeah, believe it or not, I am honest. So anyway, we went and did our thing, and we thought, we played, we did have a little bash on the old Pokemon card game back in the day as well. And right, foundations. The old Pokemon card game. So I say the old Pokemon. I'm not really too worried about that thing, by the way. If you're wondering, yeah, it's like if you covered that over, no, that's bad. So I think we're going to have a foundation of brick because we can. We then want some wooden. Well, we're going to want some wooden floor. We're going to want some stuff, so let me get that together. So yeah, and I did obviously play a little bit of the old Pokemon. I'm going to need more Aspen. Let's got everything. Yeah, let's take a trip out, get some more Aspen from the wild, shall we? So got into the Pokemon card game. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad strategy card game. It wasn't Magic the Gathering by any stretch of the imagination. And it certainly wasn't, you know, strategy, you know, championship level chess or anything. It was a very pleasant little game, but again, heavy element of thing on the collectible side of things. So obviously along comes Pokemon Go, and I've ummed and ahed about whether to talk about this for a while, because in the past I've said, you know, a prudent person never talks about politics or religion. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, that has now become politics, religion, or Pokemon. Seriously, I've seen people come down and express their opinion on Pokemon Go, and they have been absolutely torn a new one by the Pokemon fanboys and girls. You know, and bloody hell, careful. At the end of the day, this is no, let's be brutally honest. This is an opinion. People express their opinion. It doesn't necessarily have to match yours, and mine will almost certainly not match some people's opinions here, and it may match other people's opinions, and that's fine. At the end of the day, you know, if you disagree with me, absolutely fine. Really don't give a care. Don't give a poop, because it's an opinion, and we're all entitled to them. So that said, I see this thing, this wonderful new game that everybody's raving about, and I go, oh, we ought to give that a try. Not least of which because I can't actually express an opinion on something just based on what other people. You're kidding me. There's malachite out here. Right, I'm going to make a just in case malachite. And is that malachite? Yeah, it'll do. Yeah, so it's an opinion, and it's my opinion, and yeah, and it's the only one I've got. So I downloaded it. I thought I'll give it a try, see what it's about, see what all the fuss is about. And bearing in mind, there's been a lot of propaganda and drama about this damn game already. You know, let's recap. You know, you've got a game which is a mobile phone app, which involves effectively going out to geotagged areas, probably using remote sensing technology or pre-remote sensed maps actually, to go, oh, that bit's you're in an area with water, so we're going to spawn watery Pokemon. You're in certain areas, you're going to spawn this, and obviously they've had to take a little bit of license when it came to things like fire Pokemon, because as they said, you know, that you can't reasonably expect people to go out and visit Mount Vesuvius to get any chance of getting a fire Pokemon. So they've taken a little bit of artistic license in fitting these guys into their respective biomes. And obviously you walk around and there's a chance of catching them, and you know, you go out and you've got your Pokemon, you pick your starting Pokemon, you go out, you catch all the Pokemon, and you go to the Poker Stops and you can pick up goodies there, and you can battle at the gym and all this stuff. And it all sounds very, very exciting and very interesting. So I get the app and I kind of go, yeah, that's what it's all about. So I picked a Charmander because, you know, old school Pokemon player. That was probably one of the Pokemon you went for when you started. Is it? I keep on thinking it's getting on late, and it's not. That was what you went for back in the day, so that's what we'll go for today. Bang, get the Charmander. And we go out, and, you know, not long after we've walked, not even a few paces, probably the GPS hasn't even had a chance to kick in, you know, it was that soon after you get out there. You know, something like a Rattata or one of the real common ones pops up, and, you know, you sit there and you go, oh, battle, great. And you expect, because of course, you know, you grew up with the original Pokemon thing, you expect to use your Charmander to beat the Rattata into insensibility and then use your Pokeball to catch it. But none of that happened. You basically went and threw a ball at it and caught it. Bang, done. And about the only element of skill in it was the act of tossing the ball using the touchscreen. Pardon me. So I'm kind of going, well, hang on, why did I even need a starting one? Because he doesn't do anything. I don't need to go out. You just chuck a ball at him. So, you know, that's fine. We'll carry on like that. And you go to a few stops and you get your free balls, and you look at the shop area and you look at the in-game purchases, and you're kind of going, yeah, I'm not going to be spending any money, you know, blah, yada. Incidentally, I mean, the last time I looked, this game had made $14 million for the publisher. This is a free-to-play game, and it's made $14 million. And skyrocketed Nintendo stocks through the roof. So let's go back to the old days. And when you played Pokemon, you would, on the Nintendo, on the Game Boy, you would, you'd go out into the world, metaphorically speaking, you know, in virtual world, and you would walk around in the wilderness, and every now and again a little Pokemon will pop up. So far, this sounds very much like Pokemon GO. You actually have to go out, you wander around, and every so often a Pokemon pops up. But in the Game Boy version, at that point, you would then have to exercise. I'm just going to sprint a little bit. I've got food on me. A modicum of skill, shall we say. You would have to be able to, you know, pick the right moves to fight the Pokemon. You don't want to knock him out. You just want to get him down into the red to give you a better chance of catching him. And you had 4 moves, not 2. And the moves were all sensible and very balanced and yada yada. So straight away, what was an element of the game has become an act of tapping the screen, and I feel like it's lost something. So anyway, you carry on, you get more thingies, and of course, you know, you have to catch them and then trade them to get the, what's it, moon dust and candies. And am I the only one who finds it a little bit creepy that there's this aged professor guy giving you candies in exchange for your Pokemons? Does that not seem a little bit dubious? No? Just me? Okay, no one. So I had a go in a gym battle, thinking, well, this is probably more of an element of skill, you know, gym battle. We'll try that, because obviously I've got 2 moves to choose from and yada yada. No, you quite literally swipe left and right to dodge. That was it. And I'm like, really? This is it? Needless to say, you're probably guessing that I'm not overly impressed by Pokemon GO. And I will be uninstalling it shortly because it's taking up space on my phone. Now, don't get me wrong, it's bloody addictive. I am finding it very, very, very difficult to put down at times. But that is because it is a collectible game, and collectible games are always addictive. Right, what do we want to do? So we'll have the wall comes across like that. We'll have a double door at this level into the workshop. That's fine. And we're going to have 2 stories on this, by the way. So this is going to come up to there. I'm obviously going to have that going on. In fact, we don't need to waste that. We can just put dirt or something there just to fill that in. So yeah, I wasn't overly impressed, and I'll tell you for why. And before you start hating on me and going, no, it's Pokemon. Yeah, I love Pokemon. I think they're great. It's a great idea. Collectibles. We've been collecting things. It is. I don't know what it is. It's if it's a kind of a hunter-gatherer thing going on that we've got going on as a species, that we like to collect things. But you know, if you go back, the collectible idea is, oh, that was Willow. I didn't really want to do that. Oh well. There we go. I wanted more of this. Yeah, I don't know whether it was a hunter-gatherer thing with the collectibles or what that makes us instinctively want to hoard things. But we do. So, you know, who am I to criticise a species? We've been around a few million years, so I've obviously got something right. But, you know, you go back far enough and you've got kids, well, not kids, but people who used to collect, a little bit grim, but butterflies. Actually, no, it's not a bit grim. I mean, let's face facts. In Pokemon, we're actually capturing wild animals, which may or may not be intelligent, depending on, you know, whether you watch the cartoons or not, and basically forcing them to fight for us like some kind of pit creature. So, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, some kind of pit bull or whatever in the fighting cocks, if you'll pardon the expression. But to me, a game is something you play that has an element of skill. And as best as I can tell, and this again is just personal opinion, Pokemon Go doesn't. It does not have that skill stroke strategy element that I would look for in a game. Which is a shame, because to me that is an important feature. Yes, I know it looks very bland and horrible at the moment, but trust me. So yeah, I mean, if there was only a little bit more when it comes to catching the Pokemon, if you had to do a little bit more than just toss out a ball, if you just had to sit there and go, oh, we need to be careful here, we might knock it out if we use our full strength attack, kind of, you know, as we used to do back in the day. I'm going to take out, oh, need a saw. Let's do this properly. I'm going to take out you and you. You can be a window. That's brilliant. Yeah, it's just that to me, it's missing that something. Je ne sais quoi, if you like. Right, I would like to change you to that mode. I want to bring this back just so that now if I chisel those, they are not going to connect. So I'm going to do that back on that corner there. I don't really need to worry about the back wall. Yeah, I would like to see a bit more skill, because as I say, a game to me is something where you exercise a degree of skill, whether it's a skill in building, a skill in playing, damn it, a skill in actually watching what you're doing, and that just doesn't seem to be hacking it for me. There we go. Lovely. Yeah, it's just not cutting the mustard, and yeah, it's a shame. I really do want to like it, and I'm sure it will develop. People going out, I mean, this is the other thing, the idea that it gets people to go out and exercise, and well, I mean, there's two schools of thought, isn't there? Let's be honest. There's a school of thought that says if you actually genuinely need someone to get you out, to incentivize you going out, then let's try that. But that's, I don't want that. I want something that, I thought there was a straight one up. Okay, that's not going to work. Or is it? Now we could try that. 1, 2, 3. We'll grab those. These are not necessarily going to fit this build, so we may end up putting these back yet. Yeah, so the idea that you need to go out now, if the only reason you're going out is to stare at your screen while you're wandering around, then you're missing something. And I've heard people, this has been said, this is nothing new. God, how the hell do we place you? Okay, this is going to be interesting. See, this is a really, as I say, I don't think it fits at all, because for one, we can't get onto it. But this has got all of these features going on, and then presumably we would place you like that, and that would come round. So we'd need to change that around and bring it over there. Does it fit? I mean, I don't think it will. I think it looks far too... You know, I want to make it fit now. I do want to make it fit. So if I rotate you through 90 degrees and move you over one, so if I go like that, how does that look? Yeah, that works. Well, except of course that we, oh damn it, no, it doesn't work, not quite. We need to go up one, and yeah, we need one more of those. Yeah, yeah, you're missing something if that is your reason for going out. You know, but that beside the point. You know, I've seen so many posts, and it is constant coverage, press coverage, and it will be because it's a phenomenon and yada yada. But you know, such things as, well, I mean, I'm sure we all heard about the rather clever criminal classes who have gone and, let me get that, that's end rail, I don't know where how that goes, who have kind of cottoned onto the fact that if you place a lure at a Pokestop that's in a secluded dark area, then you can nick people's expensive mobile phones and mug them. And yeah, that was always going to be a thing, wasn't it? I mean, you know, it doesn't take long for anybody to work out how you can exploit these things. Right, that's going to be the ceiling. So yeah, this will come around. I don't know whether this fits or not. It probably doesn't at all. And we'll have you like that. Whee! And then you're in. But what we really realistically need is one to go the other way as well. Alright, well that... I don't... They are gorgeous pieces of models. No. They've got to go. That can't stay. It's just ludicrous and preposterous and completely out of keeping. I didn't think it'd fit. Yeah, so I mean, there was that one, which was kind of, when you, as I say, think about it, is kind of obvious it was going to happen. And to be honest, anybody who does that is not the game. I mean, people blaming the game for these. Oh, all right. I think the game is trying to hint that I was shut up for a while. No, let's go sleep. So, yeah, you know, you've got this phenomenon going on, for starters. And obviously people have opinions. Now, I think the height of opinion that I read was interesting. Was the article that suggested that Pokémon GO, and you'll like this, was racist, sexist, and not sensitive to people with disabilities. I mean, what? It's a frigging game, for Christ's sakes. Get with it, you know. It's like, not sensitive to people with disabilities. on what planet is that even a problem? Well, apart from this one, obviously. Because the people are complaining, they're saying that a lot of the Poke stops and places are not wheelchair accessible. And I'm like, well, yes, but a lot of them are, and no one's forcing you to play the game. This is just a game. It's just a game. So that was one, which was like, okay. Now, the racist bit, well, that was an interesting one, because what they were saying, this actually ties back partially to what's going on in the States at the moment. And the argument there was quite simply this, that the places where there are certain places, certain biomes, for want of a better name, that actually no, let's use a different wood there. I don't want that to. I know I should use my shovel, my saw even. There are places where people of certain ethnic groups dare not go in the States for fear of being arrested or shot by the police. Well, surely that's not a problem with the game, that's a problem with the culture. And again, I'm not judging. Well, I am, but you know, I'm not at the same time. I want those as well. What shall we have for the floor? White cedar. Let's go with white cedar, because I cut a load and it will look interesting and like a ceiling. So yeah, there's this thing going on with that, and I'm like, really? That I mean, I know people kind of flippantly use the hashtag first world problems thing, and it's not funny, it's not a joke. It is obviously a very, very serious problem, but you know, to elevate it to an app, and actually not even a very well written app at that. I mean, the damn thing crashes more often than Windows version 1. Makes Windows Vista look stable. That's when the servers are up anyway. Right, there we go, we get a roof. Yay, look at this, we're starting to take shape. So you've got this thing going on. That's the one element of stuff. And I think what we'll do is we're going to go with a green stairway, starting here. No, here. And we're going to go here. That's going to clash with the. It's all right. We'll get rid of the window if we need to. We'll rejig that, and that will bring us up and in. Excellent. Oh, that's a shame. There. Damn it. Right, I'm going to have to take this out. This is not going to work that way around. All I want is some outside stairs going upstairs at the top there. So yeah, I'm in two minds even what to think about some of these in quotes problems that are being bandied around about the game, because they're not. And then the sexist one is even better, because you know, apparently some of these Pokestops are in areas where women are afraid to go, so that's being sexist. Well, it's common sense. I mean, you know, if you wouldn't go into a dark alley at night under normal circumstances, why would you go down into one to hunt for a virtual rat? Or whatever it may be. You know, let's not be Pokemonist. You may be looking for something else. But then you see, I don't know whether anybody saw the furore in Central Park. There was a YouTube video. If you haven't seen it, just Google Central Park Vaporeon. It's eye-opening. You've got this. Apparently, it was tweeted out or something that someone had spotted a Vaporeon in Central Park. And within minutes, literally thousands of people were rushing in with their smartphones. It's not real. It's just a virtual sprite. Yeah, I don't know. I am yet to be sold, and let's just say to that, I think there are better things to spend my time on. Oh, damn it. Well, doesn't matter because I want to take out some of you anyway, because we want a little bedroom here. We will put one of those there and one of those. Actually, no, we'll take those two out as well. We'll have a window on that side. We could even actually, yeah, we could actually have a door there, couldn't we? So we've got access out onto the top here and do something with, yeah. Ah, I see, not just a pretty face and a rambling idiot. So yeah, I'm not sold, and I don't think I ever will be sold. I think I will be forever a skeptic on this particular one. If you enjoy it, fine. I'm not judging on that. That is entirely your own business. And, you know, time will tell. I mean, they may develop this hugely. But I'm just fed up of the thing crashing on me constantly and having to reboot, and the trauma that is having to look at that loading screen every 5 minutes now. It's not fun. Anyway, enough about that. Let us. I actually had an idea. We're gonna do this sensible. We're gonna make the attic space is going to be a little bit more gable ended. So this is going to be roof here and here, which will do fine, and then that will go on. So we're going to get roof on there as well. So yeah, I just don't get it. Maybe it's because I'm old, I don't know, but I just like my games to have an element of skill. They don't have to have a huge element of skill, just some element of skill. And it just doesn't seem to have that to me. We need to put some banisters or some description on here. We'll work out how to do that in a bit. Just so I don't go flying up and then go, whee! Actually, it's not too bad because I just land on there. Right, we need to get up and put a roof on. That's the next job. So we are going to go. We're going to go with this because we got a whole load of it, and we'll do that, and then that, and we'll overhang this as well because we can, and we've got plenty of materials. We'll probably actually overhang. No, we won't, because that isn't going to work there, is it? Okay. Forget that idea. That was a stupid idea. Yeah, so that's been my week. I mean, don't get me wrong. As I say, I found it very, very addictive. I think it is. We do have an addictive collector mentality in our racial psyche, our species makeup to hoard. And I think it's reflected. You know, you only have to look, as I say, we had butterfly collecting. There were cigarette cards in the early 1900s and Victorian era. There was the candy cigarette cards you used to get in when you were a kid. You know, there's so many elements which are all associated with collecting that I think we do that. And then obviously you got the football stickers. Well, that was the thing of my youth, actually. Football, you know, you get the sticker albums whenever there was a World Cup or European Cup, and you could collect your teams, and you go to school armed with a pile of Swapsy Kevin Keegans, or trying to think who would have been. Damn it! That's what happens when you concentrate too much on Swapsies and not on that. Fortunately, we've got lots of these. You know, Peter Shilton's. Again, picking football as my era. I don't do football. I'm not a sports fan at all. So, you know, don't expect any great sporting insights from me. But you used to do that, and then obviously later on in life came along things like the Pokémon on the Game Boy, which again was a collecting game. Let's be honest, it was hoarding. Got to collect them, got to catch them all. That was entirely about the collecting side of things. But on the whole, you know, that's what it seems to be. We have this kind of collecting, hoarding mentality, and you know, you sit there and say, hey, here's a list of 150 virtual things. Go and catch them. You've got to catch them. You can't. It's not just a case of go catch them. You have got to catch them all. and you're suddenly like, yeah, I have got to catch them all, because if I don't catch them all, I will be a loser in the eyes of my peers. So yeah, as I say, if you enjoy it, that's fine, because it's a completely free world. It is a completely free, well, most of us are in free countries, some of aren't. Some countries more free than others, and to a degree, that really does need something else adding to it, doesn't it? I may overhang it by, oh, I can't because of that doorway. Oh, I can, I've got an idea. Yeah, so that is starting to get built up into that area. Let me just make sure I've got water. We'll eat a sandwich and we'll go to bed. Good night's sleep. That's what we need. I'm hoping this is all recorded all right. I'm doing this all at the moment in one take, so I suppose I ought to take a break, just see how long I've been rambling on about this for. And as I say, this, I am not having a go at anybody, because everybody's entitled to enjoy what they like to do, providing it's legal and it doesn't hurt anybody else. Obviously, it doesn't hurt anybody else unless that person wants to be hurt, you know, catering for some of the more esoteric tastes out there. Have I clarified enough there? I don't know. I'm going to have a look at how to get a lip on this, because that is at the moment a very big, large, bland hunk of wood. It really does need some work. I wish I could put bushes down a lot easier, but I can't, so you know. And I will be back in a moment. So, alright, yeah, I've been rambling way far too long, as usual. No surprises, I'm sure, but there you go. Do I want a little window in here? Well, I've got a window there. Do I want a window here? Let's have a look from the outside. If I go there, does that... Yeah, it doesn't look too out of place, does it? And for this one over here, we shall go and get that down there. I can't do the same here because I've got that, but I could put one there. So it's starting to take shape, starting to look a little bit less box-like. Needs doors, needs some lighting, we need some decoration in there, and I've managed to ramble pretty much for the entire session, so as I say, apologies if I, well, not apology, but you know, if you take an offence at anything I've said, then just take a step back and just examine what I'm saying, because I'm not getting at anybody. This is just my own personal beliefs. And on that note, after, you know, basically offending the First Church of Pikachu or whatever, I think we're going to call it an episode. But we have got a structure on the end here. We're going to get some workbenches and tools and everything down here to go with this. We'll get it illuminated, so we get some copper lanterns and the lights going. We'll get a little bedroom done up here. This will have a doorway, and we'll probably get a little path of some description coming out here onto the top. And what we do with this, well, yeah, anybody's guess. We could do something with it, I'm sure. We suggested that we heavily develop this area down here. That's definitely in my plans. I want to make this, I want to get, it won't be quite Tortuga, but that's the kind of feel I would like to get. Little things up here, lots of small builds. But as you know, when you do TerraFirmaCraft, the smallest build becomes a mammoth task, and just this area here, realistically, is probably several hours of building work, which of course would have not been the case in vanilla. That would have taken half an hour max, maybe. But there you go. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.